Good day, drivers. So today I got a Mitsubishi Outlander with me, and the timing belt I have to change. First I'm going to show you step by step what to do. Okay, what I usually do first, I remove the battery. As you can see, there's no battery right now. Okay, I remove the battery first. Okay, and this is the engine mount right here. This one I remove it. There's 3 nuts right here, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, and this top one. You got to move these nuts, 4 altogether. All right, but before you move this engine mount, what you got to do first is jack it up. You jack it up, get the jack like this. All right, and make sure you jack up the vehicle for safety first, and then once you jack up the vehicle, you get a stand. As you can see, the stand right there, that's the stand that go right underneath the oil pan. Okay, I rest it underneath the oil pan and then adjust it on top of that engine stand. Release the jack, make it adjust on top of that engine stand. Not too much of pressure. All right, just light pressure. All right, so what I did actually, this is the tensioner. First you got to remove the belt, the alternator belt. All right, so what I do, this is the tensioner. Have, actually, sorry about that, I couldn't see earlier. All right, so the tensioner carry 2 of these, two screws. All right, it was like this. To remove the alternator belt first, you get a 1/2-inch socket, put it right here. Okay, and remove it back you gotta remove it back like this. All right, then remove your alternator belt. After that, now you screw up these two nuts, whatever you call it, screws. Then I take off this, and as you can see right here, the belt, what happened to this belt now, it messed up by I don't know if it's the tension inside the engine itself, the timing tensioner, but as you can see, there's no grits like right here. All right, you see it right here, you don't have no grits. So what happened is when I was driving, it shut off because it won't continue to spin. Okay, so right now I got to remove the timing belt cover to change the belt. All right, so I can show you step by step what to do. So the next step I'm gonna do is remove the pump, the water pump. The wheel is right here. Okay, there's four screws there. I gotta remove those 4 screws and take it off. All right. Okay, so I get off the water pump wheel. This is what it looked like. You got four screws. All right, so now I gotta get off the timing belt cover. And as I said before, when you jack it up, once you jack it up with a jack, as I said, for safety, make sure you rest a jack stand underneath the hinge in the oil pan for safety, okay? Because remember, because you remove the engine, what you call it, because you remove the engine mount. Yeah, the engine mount is right here. Because you're gonna remove this, you gotta keep a jack stand underneath the oil pan. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna remove this. But as I said before you remove this, remember, make sure you have a jack stand underneath your oil pan for safety, okay? All right. And just a reminder, if you have anything like this, we gotta unplug these sensors, okay, for space. There's one over here. This is on the this is a grounds. I think this is a grounds for the hinge in itself, but you gotta remove this. And this was on the mount, so remove this. Make sure you clear it, okay? So we're gonna remove these 3 nuts right now, and then we can go to the timing belt and get it done. So right now I'm using, I'm losing the nuts off to get out the engine mount right now. This is a 13. If you have a 2006 Mitsubishi, 13mm socket, or you could use a 9/16. Actually, not 13. This is a 9/16. All right. I guess you could use also a 14. If you don't remove this mount, you cannot get to the timing belt. After you take off your nut, moving this the mount. Remember your washers. Remember, don't lose your washers. Remember, this is important. Don't lose these. You always put them together. Alright, we're going to put the mount at the side. So right now we basically have the timing belt cover cleared right now, so we're going to remove that. So after we remove the engine mount, we're going to remove these screws here. These are all 10mm screws, okay? For the timing belt, we're going to remove these. right here. These are all 10mm. Once you remove those, then you would be able to take off the timing belt cover. All right. I think we got to remove this one also. Yeah, I think we got to remove this. So I'm gonna remove this. This may be like a 14. This is the idler for the alternator belt. So I'm gonna remove this, and then we should be good to fully remove the timing belt cover. So there you go, everything is removed now. I just gotta move those 10mm, these nuts here, and that's it. Okay, driver, so I take off the timing belt cover, and this is how it look. Okay, yeah, that's how it look right there. All right, so this is a smaller belt. You see, as you can see, that belt is good. I think that's called the maybe I think that's the oil pump belt. I got another name, but I know that one spin for the oil to pump the oil. This is the timing belt itself. But as you can see right now, I don't know what caused this, but you can see right here is strip, and as you can see right here is good, you know. So I'm gonna replace a new one, but first I gotta remove the tensioner. You're gonna remove the tensioner, which is this. Tensioner is right here. Usually it's good to replace these because you're changing timing belt, but because I'm personally working on my car myself, I don't have to pay a mechanic. I just place the timing belt for now, because if this is good, I just leave this. But usually it's good to just replace everything, you know. So the tensioner I'm gonna check. I'm gonna make sure check the tensioner. This is tensioner that give this the tension, you know, to keep it. All right, so check this, make sure this is good. If this is not good, change it. All right, that's the timing belt tensioner. All right, so again, as I said before, I'm gonna remove this right now and take the belt off. This you don't have to put the top dead center, is already at top dead center at the moment. But what I usually do to be safe, get a socket, because it's on timing right now. Get a socket just for safety and hold this one, that it don't spin back. It's a single cam, so usually it don't spin back, but just a reminder, get a socket just to hold it, just in case. The same spot, then you release this, then I'm gonna show you step by step anyway. So I just put this here just in case, you know, maybe you don't have to, but I just put it there just in case. I'm gonna remove the tensioner right now, take it off the timing belt. Got 2 screws. I'm using a 12mm right now just to remove these. Right there. So what I do, this is a timing belt tensioner. So I think this is a problem what causing the belt to what you call it now. This is a problem causing the belt to messed up, like messed up the grits and stuff, because this is a tensioner. It should be able to press a little bit down, but it's not. So it seems like I gotta get a new one. So this tensioner, definitely this tensioner is shot. So I would advise just to change the tensioner, because as I said before, the belt and the tension, if this tensioner no good, the belt not gonna operate properly. So I would just change the tensioner, okay, and couple idles. But for today, I'm just gonna do the tensioner and the belts, just for safety. All right, so I will change this and the belt, tensioner and the belt. Okay, drivers, so as you can see, I get a new tensioner and I get a new belt. Okay, so these two are going to replace, and the reason why I'm replacing the new tensioner, because as I said before, this is very important, because if this is shot, meaning no good, most unlikely is not giving enough tension on the belt, so that can cause the belt to mess up the grits like these, you know, rubbed out. Can cause this to rubbed out, you know. So if it's slack, that's maybe the problem I have, you know. So hopefully this time, as I said, replacing these two, and it should be, you know, it should be good from there. That's the tensioner right there on the with the idler. We're gonna try to just to make the belt, just to get off the belt.